Good afternoon, you lovely people. Welcome back to the channel, and also thank you for always continuing to come back, old and new subscribers. It's going to be crazy actually, the last, what, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 weeks or something. Anyway, that's not the conversation. The conversation is where I live in Mindanao, what they call the red zone. Now, granted, many things have happened here. Granted, I know that. But I think a lot of it is like stereotyping. And I mean stereotyping as in many people who say don't go there have never been here. It's just exaggerated talking. Sorry for the bang. I think someone's chopping sticks, or they doing something up here. But since the time of Rodrigo Duterte, his administration, and he bombed Marawi, he carpet bombed the place to get rid of the Abu Sayyaf. And since then, there's been very little activity, to my knowledge and to what people tell me. But I live not in the red zone, but I am on the island of Mindanao. And I know it says on our websites, the government websites, don't go to Mindanao. You know, there's a possibility of this and that and all that. But I've been here now for 8 years, okay? I've lived in Mindanao for 7, I think, around about that time. 7.5 years. Never experienced or never seen any of the troubles that they tell you not to come here. Now I know there was an Italian guy in Dipolog City that was kidnapped. I think twice. I think. Yes, it does happen, but that was a long time ago. And here is very foreigner friendly. Your own worst enemy is yourself. When it comes to picking locations to live, like Elliot Eastman, I'm not talking bad of the dead or anything like that, but he was told not to go there, and he was living in a place called Sibuko, which is Muslim. It's a Muslim area. He married a Muslim girl. He converted to Islam. That's up to him. No problem with that whatsoever. But even his wife's family said, don't go out the house, don't do this, don't do that. But he was lending money as well. He was walking around without his shirt on. That's not a thing that you do in a Muslim area. He was attracting attention to himself, basically. The police said to him, you shouldn't really be here, move out of the area. But he didn't. Whether he was, I don't know, he could have been like an adrenaline junkie. That's the only reason why I think that he would stay where he was. And where he did stay, like his house, because it was right on the beach, it did look beautiful. But it doesn't matter what beauty is in the eyes, if there's danger around you, you simply get out, and you simply just don't go there in the first place. Like I said, your own worst enemy is probably yourself. Listen to the local people. Where I live here, and I'll talk about the PMP in a minute. I will bring that into the conversation. Where I live, there's never been anything happened here. There used to be the NPA that was in Mutia, which is not too far from here, but they have battalions of soldiers dotted around the area, and they are long gone. Or the majority of them are long gone, or the activity of them is long gone. I know of places in London, seriously, that I would not consider going to. Really, honestly. And where I used to live in East Sussex, Hastings, East Sussex, close to Brighton, Eastbourne, all them areas, Paulgate. There was places there that I wouldn't go in the daytime, never mind nighttime, because it just got so bad. Gangs mainly, all right, they are going to come round and probably cut your head off, but there's a lot of stabbings. England is on the rise for stabbings. So here I feel more safe here, and I can go anytime, day or night. I do. If I want to walk around at midnight, I can quite happily, but I wouldn't do it because I'm normally asleep by then, or I'm watching my phone or I'm watching something. But if I wanted to, I could, and I would feel totally safe doing so. you almost enemy, like I said, is yourself, and not taking information in and knowledge from the local people. The local people know. I mean, I've been down as far as Singdangan, which you got Singdangan, then you've got. Oh no, sorry, I've been further than that. I've been to Liloy, which is where my wife comes from. So you got Singdangan, is it Horsey Dalman, Singdangan, Liloy, Ipil, and then you start getting into maybe a dodgy area. But I've spoke to people who live in Zamboanga City, and they said it's perfectly okay. You know, you don't go to certain places. I think Zamboanga City is quite a big place. So there's certain places there where you just don't go. There's certain places in England, in your towns or your counties in England, where you don't go. It's the same here. It's exactly the same here. What I gather is, because I'm in Mindanao, or some of the foreigners live in this province, and this is my garden, incidentally, look, which is very much established now. When we first came here, it was all just bush and coconut trees, so we cleaned it all out. And I established the garden even before we started building the house, so the garden is now established. Very nice, actually. Got some dwarf coconut trees in the garden, some avocado, some rambutan, some lanzones, and whatever. I think we've got some these little tiny oranges, like tangerines, but they're not called tangerines, or I don't know what they're called, but they're little tiny things. I've lost my trail of thought now, people. I do that. I go from a tangent from that to that to that. But the police, the police. We have visits from the police here quite often, and it's a friendly visit. It's an informal visit, and I think since we've been in here where I am in Pinya, maybe visited, I don't know, quite a lot. 6, maybe 8 times. Could be 10 times actually. Might even be more than that, I don't know. But it's a very informal thing. They come round, you okay? Yeah. The only thing I didn't like was when they used to ask for my passport. I don't like that, but because I was told that maybe some of these people could be somebody else, but I went and checked it out. I went to the police station one time because I was told by some followers, some subscribers, go and check it out in the police station because, it doesn't sound right. So I went to the police station, and the Capitan was there. Capitan, I'm talking like a Filipino now. The captain was there, or the chief. And he said, yes, he says, it's up to my discretion, his discretion. And he said, we like to, because if anything happened to us, it's, and I don't know why this is, but apparently it's the police's in your barangay responsibility to make sure you're safe. Now, I like the idea of that. You wouldn't get that in England, would you? Although, I don't know, some of the immigrants get well looked after in England, better than the citizens. But nevertheless, that's another story. But I don't mind that, the police coming around and checking on us and this, that and the other. Now, the last time they came, which was, a month ago, so they due again. They probably due again, because they come around every month or 2 months, 6 weeks. There's no rhyme or reason, they just turn up, and it's normally on a Sunday. Don't know why, it's normally on a Sunday. It always has been anyway. And, you all right, Stephen? Yeah, I'm fine, yeah. And they like to take a picture of me and my wife. Now, they say the same thing, so it must be like a call centre where they've got, like a list in front of them and they ask the same questions. It's, when did you come? Your last entry. When are you going? And I say, and it's the same police who normally come. I say, you know the story. I'm a resident, I'm a permanent resident. I came 2017, 17, 16, yeah, 2017 people. So it could be 9 years this year I've been here. It could be 9 years. And I'm a permanent resident. I'm on 13A visa, spousal visa, and I've got no intentions of going. Yeah, but we asked. So they write that. They take a picture of you with them. I think that's proof of them being here, to be honest with you. Last time, they saw my passport. Did they say? Yeah, they did. They saw my passport, but they didn't take a picture of it. Maybe something to do with overstays, I don't know. I don't know if the police are allowed to get involved with overstays. I don't know. No idea. But if you keep your nose clean, no problem. Keep your nose clean, no problem. But when I hear people say, Mindanao, very dangerous area. If you go to Sulu, Tawi, what's the other one? Basilan, I probably got that wrong. Yes, you are asking for problems. You're asking for trouble, But Why would you want to go there? Why would you want to go to Cebuco? Now, Elliot Eastman, when he went to Cebuco, he'd been there before, and he went back there. Even against, he went against the people. Not just went against them with getting out of there, but I mean went against them by being a money lender. That's just a no-no in the Philippines. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're a foreigner, it's a definite no-no. The Indian guy who was shot, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 months ago, he's a money lender riding around on his bike, collecting money, got shot. Why would you want to do that? You come here to retire. You come here to have a simple life, not to capitalise on the poor people. That's the way I think anyway. Why capitalise trying to make money on people who are less fortunate than you? You're just asking for problems. Just make friends with them. Rather than trying to capitalise, make money off them, make friends with them. Go buy them a few beers like I do. Have a video in the house like I do from time to time. Invite them round. That way, you've got inside information all the time, because they will tell you what's happening in the barangay. Because they can't wait to tell you anything that's happening. Oh, blah, 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 blah. My wife's the same. She's Filipina. She loves a good gossip. But keep your nose clean. You're in a foreign country. Why would you want to attract attention to yourself? Why would you want to go to places where people tell you not to go? Especially if the police tell you not to go. When Elliot Eastman was abducted, kidnapped, whatever you want to say, before they learned he was dead, the police told us, I think it was to cover their own back, because we're in this mountainous area. They said, and the elections were coming up as well. The elections were about the same time. And they said, go to the city. Just for a little while, go to the city. Which we did for about 2 days. I thought, I'm in the city. I hate it here. So I went back to the police station, saw the chief, and I said, do we? He said, no. He said, you don't need to. But he said, we don't know what's happened yet. We don't know who's kidnapped him. We don't know if it's Abu Sayyaf. We don't know if it's this. We don't know if it's an inside job. So it's just for your own safety. But they said, you don't have to if you don't want to. And the police were driving past every couple of days. And they were stopping and looking. All right, yeah. Oh, okay, my friend, yeah, okay. So they do take care of you. You wouldn't get that in England. Apart from the immigrants might, but the local people. Keep away from dangerous places. Mindanao, where I am, and I'm in the northern part of Mindanao, safe as houses. There were probably more, you probably got more chance of trouble in the big cities. In Manila, you probably got more chance of something happening to you there. When you look in the Phil Star or wherever, there's always something happening there, because it's big cities. It's the same around the world. Big cities attract more people, more chance of crime, more chance of violence, more chance of robberies and thefts and things like that. Here, everybody knows each other. It's mainly families that have been here for generations, and they're still here. So you've got no problems in somewhere like this, apart from the roosters. Ha ha! Half of them damn roosters. They talk to each other, I think I said that. I'm repeating myself from the previous video, but they do talk to themselves. Now he will wait for the reply back to the one I've just heard, and he won't cock-a-doodle-doo till that one replies back to him. Mira said they're very intelligent. I don't know if they are or not. Maybe they are. There, see? They're replying, talking to. I don't know what they're talking about. Might be having a fight over the chicks. See that chick down there? She's a gorgeous bit. That one, that's mine. No, it's not. That's mine. Wait till I come and see you in the morning. I'm like, But here, people, Mindanao it's stereotyped by a lot of people. Maybe 6 years. I don't know. Maybe before Rodrigo carpet bombed the area, it might have been a bit more dangerous in these places. But according to the local people here, where I am, Pinion, there's been nothing happened. Nothing. And they've been here for ages. And they said the worst that happens here is with local people fighting each other when they've had too much red horse or tandawai or the other stuff. What's it called? Kalafu. That's what happens here. But that happens everywhere. And I've seen it with my own eyes. The local people fighting with each other. They've had a few drinks and one says the wrong thing and that's it. They like fucking loggerheads with each other. And I just started to sit back me and I just keep, and I'm like, you were friends a minute ago. But that happens in England as well. I've seen that in England as well between friends. They have one drink too many. Someone says the wrong thing and all hell breaks loose. I love the province life. I do, honestly. I really do. I know it's not for everybody. I love living here. I've got a river just down here, which I take my son to. We do a little bit of fishing for tilapia. He gets bored, but he's only 4 years old, coming 5 in October. But we've got a little river here, and it is a little river. And I say, we go down there, and he loves to see the carabaos. My son's got a better life here than what he would if he was in England. And I mean that, people, because he's not on computers. He hasn't got his head stuck in a mobile phone. He's out and about, and he's doing what kids should do at that age. Can you remember the people of my age and older, what you did when you were kids? We were kids. We were allowed to be kids. Socialising outside with your friends, climbing trees, making bows and arrows, having a little penknife where you'd sharpen things and stuff. They still do that here. In England, it's long gone. It's long gone. The only thing I would say here is education. Now, education is paramount. It is. It's paramount here. But my son will have the best education that we can give him. If he wants to take us up on that, brilliant. But if he doesn't, he doesn't. Like I said many times, you can take a horse to water, but you can't make it drink it. But, we learn him. I learn him here. He's ABCs, 1, 2, 3, 4s, and this, that, and the other. And he likes to learn. So I think I'm blessed with that. I think I'm blessed. He likes to learn. And we have a little learning session every day because he starts his private school this year. And I'm going to go now because the rain is going to come and it's going to sound like hailstones on my tin roof. Okay? But it's very unsettled today, the weather. It's been hot. It's been beautiful for about 2 weeks. And today's the first day it's been unsettled. But it's fresh. I like it when it rains because it cleans the place up. It gets rid of the dog shit and dog wee on the streets because a lot of dogs, isn't there? And it just freshens things up, and the smell of fresh rain is beautiful. Anyway, people, thank you for stopping by. And as I said, thank you for the super thanks as well. I really do appreciate it. I really do appreciate the super thanks and all that. And thank you so much, people, for the support of the channel. Take good care. See you next time. Over and out.